Hello, good afternoon, good evening, good morning, and wherever you're watching from. First, I want to thank you for joining me today. In this historical day, I'm really redefining what it means to be a good disability advocate for the disability community. I want to first start out by saying that disability advocacy is only part of disability justice. There are many more parts to disability justice, but that is only one part of disability justice in general. Next, I'm going to go into the definition of this disability justice so that we can break it down from there. Disability justice is a framework that examines disability and ableism as it relates to other forms of oppression. For example, how disability relates to race, class, gender, sexuality, citizenship, and incarceration. It was developed by a group called the Disability Justice Collective out of San Francisco in 2005. In disability justice, disability is not defined in white terms, male terms, or straight terms. Disability justice also acknowledges that ableism helps create and sustain racism, Christian supremacy, sexism, and queer and transphobia. The disability justice framework is being applied to the intersectional re-examination of a wide range of disability, human rights, and justice movements. As mentioned before, disability justice movements discuss the oppression of various systems. One specific example for this would be the Asian American community. Oftentimes, in the Asian American community, it is looked down upon to share any experiences of mental health. This is often viewed as an untouchable topic in Asian culture, and members who struggle with it hide it due to shame and embarrassment, and therefore are not able to share their experiences with their community and the world. This reflects how the identities of being Asian American and also possessing a mental disability cause these members to have a lesser voice in society. The disability justice movement seeks to spread awareness on how ableism is much more complex than struggling with a disability. With that said, disability justice is justice for all disabled people. Oftentimes, we see it as a movement to where we need to help disabled people. And rather than help disabled people, what we need to do is we need to empower disabled people. We can empower them through various policy changes as well as societal changes. Oftentimes, as I said before, people with disabilities or disabled people are looked down upon. And they're looked down upon in a sense that they cannot create enough capital in the world for a space to be had by them. Disability justice goes to say that people with disabilities, or disabled people, are valid. And they're valid in being. They don't have to produce anything for the common good. And oftentimes, what disabled people produce is not viewed as valuable within our community. One great example out of my personal life is how I'm a therapist. In the field of psychotherapy, it's not like it is in Hollywood, where therapists get paid these exorbitant amounts of money to provide therapy. Oftentimes, therapy is looked at as a charity in many cases. For example, where I work. And often what this does is it puts not only therapists, but also clients within the field in a one-down position. We don't produce goods for society. However, we are helping in society. And the reason I relate this to myself is because of my disability, I'm not able to partake in a physical labor job where I produce goods, where I could be paid a lot more in a different field. And so I want everyone to keep that in mind, that the work that disabled people put out is valuable under the disability justice movement. With that said, this is only the first video that I'm going to be putting out under disability justice in general. I will be going and sharing approximately one video, maybe every 2 weeks or so, on how we can combat ableism and push forth disability justice. So I want to thank you all for joining me, and I hope you have a great day.